Bringing a child into the world is one of life's great miracles, and it's the start of a journey unlike any other. In Gibraltar, there are around 400 babies born a year. Of these, 10% will have some complications. 1% will be critical and need to be taken to Spain or the UK. It's a parent's worst nightmare, to say the least. The first hours of birth are critical in a baby's development. The family-centred neonatal care unit will provide the stabilisation a baby needs during that essential window.
Maternity, the first step is a resuscitation of the baby who is critically ill. Once the baby is resuscitated and now is in condition to be transferred to a neonatal unit or the UK or to Spain, we need some hours to stabilize the baby, and we need a big room where we can work, comfy, preparing the medication, the procedures for the baby, and keeping the baby in the best chance, to have the best transport possible. Ill kids, no, they still have to go to an intensive care unit, and that has to be the UK or Spain. If the babies are just low birth weight, but they are breathing by themselves and they need very low support, those babies are going to stay here.
The unit has been funded by the Kusuma Trust. The charity has donated over £130,000 towards it.
Healthcare is more important to me because I have a background in medicine, and that's what makes it very special to me. So my heart is in healthcare, not specifically in pediatrics. We work with organizations asking them what they want to do. So we prioritize what is in their interest, because I don't think it's for us to judge what they want. We find out what they're interested in, and then we work in partnership model where both of us contribute something into it.
The GHA has committed to funding the training of nurses and doctors for further use of the unit.
I think with newborn babies that have complications, the most important thing is to be able to stabilise their condition, which this equipment now enables us to do here. And if they need to go to Spain for further treatment, urgent treatment, time is of the essence. So to be able to get them there quickly and in a stabilised condition, which we haven't been able to do previously, will be of enormous help. Hospitals like ours, with such a small population, it's impossible to be able to do everything, and we have to recognise and understand that. So this is an acceptance of that, but let us help get our infants with complications to where they need to get to in the best possible condition.
Could you give us a sense of how much could potentially be saved by the GHA with now being able to offer some treatments here in Gibraltar?
Well, more than money, it's lives, and that's our prime goal, obviously. In terms of how much money, if we can deal with children here with the equipment that we now have, and not just the equipment but the training, what's critical to understand is that with these assets, our staff can train in real life situations.
2 newborns have already been treated using the cooling equipment in this unit. One of those, known as Baby Scott, was the first of its kind in the region.
Before we were doing passive cooling. That means that the baby has a lack of oxygen in the brain because we were resuscitating. Baby was born or in a very bad condition or without any pulse, and all that time that you have no oxygen in the brain, that can make a damage. But also we have seen that the damage is made when the baby is alive and is reoxygenated. Then we can have some damage in the brain. So if you cool the baby, if you decrease the temperature of the body to 33.4 centigrados around, we know that this process of reoxygenation in the brain will end up with less damage, and that is what we want. We don't want babies just to survive and have a severe neurodisability. We want kids to survive and to be okay, and normal, and can be joining in our community, going to the school, and having a normal life.
Because of this machine, both those newborns, as well as any others who may need to visit this unit, are expected to have much healthier and happier lives. A priceless investment.